I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler County residents and businesses impacted by COVID-19 can apply for help. The county is prepared to distribute $20 million in federal CARES Act money. Joyce Bishop is in charge of applications filed by individuals who are eligible for up to $1,000 per household.
Basic eligibility is a resident of Flagler County prior to March 1st. 2020, U.S. citizen or possess a valid legal alien registration card. You'll have to attest that you've been negatively impacted financially by COVID-19 and your housing or utilities have not been paid for or subsidized by any other governmental assistance.
You'll also need your photo ID, your social security card, and paper copies of your utilities.
If you're applying for rental assistance, you'll have to give us a copy of your signed rental agreement.
The application process for individuals opens today at flaglercounty.org. Businesses have already begun applying for the much-needed help. Small businesses from sole proprietors to those with up to 100 employees are eligible, and so far at least 310 of them have applied for CARES Act funding, which can be put towards wages, mortgage payments, rent, vendor invoices, or utility bills. Flagler County Commissioner Dave Sullivan encourages both individuals and businesses to apply.
This is not intended to be complicated, and we don't want people because they missed the first question or something goes wrong and it seems difficult to get the information provided online. Don't give up. It really is important that people persist on this and make sure they seek help if any problems come up, because we really want to get this money distributed out and to help the community.
There's new discussion about possibly delaying the reopening of Flagler County schools. Karen Johnson reports.
Flagler Schools is proposing to delay the start of the school year by 10 school days to August 24th. The proposed delay isn't an attempt to wait out the current COVID-19 surge as much as it is to give the district a bit more time to implement safety procedures and protocols. Some of those involve rearrangements of things like bus schedules, HVAC handling protocols, and school clinic procedures, and to prepare teachers. Superintendent Kathy Middlestat.
So consideration for delaying the start for students by 10 days allows district staff to go back now and exercise a volunteer option for our teachers to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm really interested in learning more about remote. What does that mean for me? Where am I going to get the PL for this? Or I think I really need to consider iFlagler. She says this is very serious business and the district is working hard to ensure everybody's safety. Just setting the conditions at our school site to be optimal in light of the COVID-19 impacts. The board is scheduled to meet at 3 o'clock July 28th to consider the details of adjusting the academic calendar. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
An increase in road rage and domestic violence incidents during the coronavirus pandemic in Flagler County are consistent with national trends. Tony Magoo has the details.
On July 15th, the National Sheriff's Association released a national survey on traffic safety. The biggest concerns cited were distracted driving, impaired driving, and aggressive driving. Additionally, the survey found that 22% of drivers feel less safe getting back on the road. When asked why, an overwhelming 69% said aggressive driving. Due to this information, Sheriff Rick Staley initiated a new traffic safety campaign with one key message: don't engage in road rage.
These increases are resulting from the pressures of the COVID-19 pandemic.
3 years ago, Sheriff Staley created a task force to combat the growing problem of domestic violence through a community-driven solution. Since its inception, domestic violence crimes have decreased each year until COVID-19 struck.
So we're asking everybody to take a deep breath, don't engage in road rage, separate if you're in a domestic violence relationship before it becomes violent.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
We are in a battle against the novel coronavirus.
Flagler County Medical Director Dr. Stephen Bickle says this is the time to be vigilant.
I just kind of urge people to realize what a battle this is, and it's not a time for complacency. It's not a time for divisiveness. I mean, this is a time to get the job done. It's a big task here. It's really daunting.
Bickle said that everyone should be wearing a mask, washing their hands, and keeping their distance to keep themselves and those they care about safe. To listen to Dr. Bickle and Bob Snyder talk about how Flagler County and Florida are handling the pandemic, download the Flagler radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, the Health Department's Bob Snyder says he's encouraged by recent developments. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.